that I would do a video with you on my favourite brushes, some of my like must-have brushes. So I'm going to start off with a face brush. So my favourite brush to apply foundation is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Love the way it's got so many bristles which are really compact. It just blends so well. I use this every day. I'm using a BB cream but also for foundation as well, and it just gives like a flawless finish. And you need to kind of use it in like a circular motion just to really blend it in. I actually spend a long time on my base, whether I'm using a BB cream or a tinted moisturiser or foundation. I make sure that I blend everything in really well. So I use this, and I also love the beauty blender as well, which I haven't got here because this is brushes, I guess, but yeah. So I do love the beauty blender, but this is just, I always use this first. I'll give like an airbrush effect, but every day, because you know there's nothing wrong with looking kind of like naturally airbrushed every day. So I absolutely love this brush. Oh, the other great thing about this is it stands. I kind of put on my base and everything, and I just had it kind of standing there on the surface on my dressing table in case I just need to do another quick blend. So this is kind of like a must-have brush for your base. I don't really like using the flat foundation brushes anyway, because I just feel like it just takes so long to put on your foundation, and then you're left with brush strokes, which I would then use this to take away. So why just not use this from the beginning? Also, any kind of just like flat kabuki brush, I think are much better for applying your base, foundation, tinted moisturiser, BB cream, all those kind of like a kabuki brush is much better, and that's what the Expert Face Brush is. So next, I'm really sorry, I need to wash my brushes, so my brushes aren't exactly like the cleanest right now. So next up is the Sigma Precision Angled Brush. Now I love this brush. Again, it's kind of, if you feel the bristles, it's kind of really similar to the Expert Face Brush. It's got a lot of bristles and they're really compact. But I love this because it's angled. I use this to apply my primer on my lids, as you may have seen in my tutorials, and to blend in my concealer. But it just fits in so nicely into like the corners of your eyes, sides of your nose, under your eyes. And I've only had this for really less than a year, so I don't really remember what I even did and how I applied my concealer without this brush, but it is a really great brush and I really love it. Obviously, just I think for a concealer brush you need something that is just maybe slightly angled, so it just kind of fits in to where you need it to, and it kind of blend it around the side of your nose as well, kind of just like all the little corners that are really like hard to get to sometimes. Eye brushes. Now, any kind of eye look that you're going to create, whether you're going to create like an everyday look, especially a smoky look using colours or darker colours, and just you need a blending brush. By far the best blending brush in the world for me has got to be the MAC 217. It's just kind of your must-have for every girl's makeup kit. I actually only have one, and I probably should get a second one because I use it to contour the sides of my nose, because it's just like the perfect shape, and it just, you know, and obviously then it's easier to blend it out, so I use it there. My shadows, just blend and apply my shadows, not just blend them in but also apply them. I've also noticed that people use it to as a concealer brush as well. Just also, you know, once you've applied your concealer and you kind of carry on doing the rest of your makeup and your powder's in, and then sometimes you kind of get those like fine lines. If you, without any powder on it, if you just use the 217 just to kind of smudge out the lines, it's a really good brush for that as well. And something that's similar to that is the Sigma Tapered blending brushes on the left, and it's slightly bigger, but it's just such a great brush. And also applying shadow kind of like all over your lid, kind of like doing an everyday look. It's really good to just, you know, blend things out. So I love this brush as well to blend. If I had to choose between the two, it would definitely be 217. Like without a doubt, it's just the best blending brush ever. And in terms of eyeshadow brushes, this is all you need. You can apply with it, you can blend with it. You know, if you want to have about 2 or 3 in your kit, go ahead, because they are such great brushes. And I have actually had this 217 for years. I've had it for a really long time, and it's really kind of like you know, hard wearing. It's not hard, it's soft, but it's hard wearing. For me, I like my eyeliner to be very fine, and I like to define my eyes either with a light or dark shadow depending on the look I'm going for. I like to use shadows very finely just under my waterline, on my lower lash line. It's just a small angled brush. This is a MAC one, which I can't remember what number it is, but I will link it in the description box below. My number has rubbed out. It's just a tiny little angled brush. The bristles are quite firm, which is what I like about it, so you can get really close to your lash line and make like a nice line. And then if you want to blend out that line, you can then either use this or your 217 just to kind of soften the line. Also use this with like gel liners, liquid liners, and I just prefer like an angled brush in general because I just find them easier to work. Also a great one to fill in your brows if you're using your shadows and stuff. This is a great little brush to kind of do neat, soft little feather strokes with. And then the other brush, which I love for contouring and for blush, is the large angled contour brush from Sigma. It's the F40. And this brush, again, is just so soft. All the Sigma brushes are so soft. But I love this brush for contouring because you can get right into the hollows of your cheeks. So I use this for contouring and also just my jawline and just like my forehead, just going into my hairline. But it's also a great brush for blush if you just use it kind of here on the tip and you kind of just place it on the apples of your cheeks and then use the brush which will blend it out. So this brush I use for contouring and for blusher, and it's really, really great. And then my last brush is another Real Techniques brush, and it is the setting brush, and I use this to apply my powder because sometimes you don't need powder. Like I have a large powder brush as well, but again, if I'm traveling and I have to choose between the two, I would definitely choose this one because this sets the powder that I use to under my eyes, like for my concealer. It sets it really well, gets right into the corners and just takes away any excess shine on my nose, on my forehead, chin. And again, it's a really good blender. If you are doing a smoky eye and need a kind of a more softer lines, this is really good for just blending out your eye outer shadows as well. It's really soft, so as you can see, I can't stop using it. If I'm going out for like a whole day, I will carry this brush around with me. It's just so small, and it's just so easy to just kind of like touch up if you've got any blemishes that you need to just powder on top of, and you need to just blend out your concealer or anything. Really multifunctional little brush. And the other thing I use this brush for is highlighter. Slightly tapered, and it just adds the highlighter just above my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, and just any excess I just put over my forehead. But it's just like a great little brush for highlighter as well. So I would say that these are kind of like my 6 must-have brushes. I know I talked to you about 7, but the blending brushes are kind of put together because you don't have to have both, it's either or. And if it had to be an either or, I'd definitely go with the MAC 217. So these are like my must-have brushes. I'm brush obsessed, so if you've got any brushes that you'd like to suggest, please leave a comment in the description box below. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, secretstylefile.com, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I will see you back here soon. Bye guys!